Hi everyone. Whoops. I've done this video multiple times because I keep hating the takes. So hopefully this is the good one. I think this is take 8. Anyway. In this video, I'll be reading my fanfic based on the show Phineas and Ferb, which I titled Ferbs Secret. Or Ferb's School Secret. Alright. TV show Phineas and Ferb. And then, basically, this is how I imagine Phineas and Ferb would be like in school. I also think it would be really cool to find out that Ferb was talkative this entire time. And the reason why we don't see him talk all that often, and he's kind of quiet in the show, is because Phineas constantly cuts him off, and so he's just kind of adapted. That's just a summary of my inspiration. Alright, let's just get on with the video here. I really don't want to have to make this a 9th time. It already takes me like 25 minutes to read it just without. Just the entire total time is already 25 minutes, so okay, without distractions. Alright, anyway, on with the video. So, Ferb's School Secret. It's almost lunchtime, and Phineas is in class building a miniature version of the Eiffel Tower, and the sculpture has caught the attention of his peers. Their teacher turns around to see all the students crowding around Phineas. Okay. See all the students crowding around Phineas. What are you all doing? Says the teacher. Student in awe says, admiring Phineas's talent. Just look at what he created with just the stationery on his desk. Sees the sculpture. As impressive as this is, as impressive as that is, as you can see, it's distracting your peers. So could you please put that away and pay attention, please? Says the teacher. Phineas points out, but I need to do this. It helps me focus. Teacher realizes, I'm aware of that. Why don't you use one of these instead? Passes over a box of fidget toys. Phineas informs, thanks, but I'm just going to continue my sculpture. Teacher getting mad. I already told you it's too distracting. Phineas, annoyed, says, fine, I'll put it away. While their teacher has her back to the class, while writing on the whiteboard, Phineas grabs the sculpture and continues working on it. 3 minutes later, the teacher turns around and is now madly tapping her foot. Phineas, confused, annoyed. What? I told you to put that away, says the teacher. Phineas defensively says, and I told you this was a form of fidgeting, and I need to do this to focus, says Phineas, madly. The teacher angrily says, I've had enough of your attitude, mister. Go to the principal's office, points to the door. Phineas defensively. But I didn't do anything wrong, says Phineas. Teacher, standing their ground, says that will be for the principal to decide. Now go. Fine. Leaves with a sculpture in his backpack. Phineas is now in the office. Receptionist casually, knowingly says, what did you do this time? Somehow it's my fault that my peers were distracted, says Phineas, mad. The receptionist responds, how exactly were you being distracting? Phineas tells, all I was doing was making a sculpture of the Eiffel Tower. Somehow it's my fault that my peers were distracted. Okay, now it's all on screen. The receptionist says, okay, just take a seat. The principal will be out to talk to you in a few minutes. Phineas takes a seat. About 2 minutes later, he, meaning Phineas, sees Ferb looking around suspiciously. About 30 seconds after that, Phineas is about to leave so he can spy on Ferb when he is stopped by the principal. Phineas, where are you going? Says the principal, with hands on their hips. Phineas admits, to spy on my brother. Principal tells, you can do that after we talk. Now, follow me. I know certain words are spelled wrong. Just ignore it. The two are now in the principal's office. All right. Okay. The principal asks, so, why were you sent here? Phineas tells, that's the thing. I don't understand why I'm here. I was just minding my own business, building a miniature sculpture of the Eiffel Tower with my stationery, and then I got sent to the principal's office. Sent to the office? Like, what? What the heck? The principal knowingly. And what class were you in when you did this? Phineas confused. Why does that matter? Principal explains. Because it's one thing if you were in our class, but a whole other thing if you're in another class altogether. So I re-ask, what class were you in? And before you go lying about your class, I can check the computer to make sure you're telling the truth. Phineas admits, fine, I was in social studies class. Principal, knowingly. So the real reason you're here is because you were distracting your peers. Phineas admits, yes, but I don't get what's so distracting. I wasn't even talking. I was just so in the zone that I wasn't even speaking. How can that be distracting? Because your peers are in awe of your talent. Did you bring your sculpture with you? If so, I'd love to see it. Okay. Grabs it out of his bag. I mean, it's not finished yet. But here. Principal, shocked. No wonder everyone was distracted. This is amazing. Passes over a pamphlet. Maybe you should consider going to this arts and tech school next semester. This school is clearly not challenging you enough, meaning the school they're currently in. Sees Phineas's reaction. Okay, I was just double checking I had spelled the name right. Sees Phineas's reaction. At least consider it, says the principal. Phineas accepts the pamphlet and stuffs it into his bag. Fine, but I don't want to leave my friends and my brother, says Phineas. The principal accepts and says, I get that, but siblings and friends need space from one another from time to time, and this new school may be better for you. Phineas madly says, no, it won't be. And this new school might be better for you. Sorry. I need to remind myself what I had just said. No, it won't be. Anyway, what's my punishment, says Phineas. Principal tells, 1 hour of detention after school. Is that okay with you? Phineas annoyed, fine, I guess that's okay. Phineas goes to have lunch. 1 week later, Phineas is at Belgi's place. Phineas brings up, Ferb is keeping secrets from me. Belgi asks, why do you think that? Phineas tells, just the way he's been acting. Leaving early, coming home late. You want me to spy on him for you, don't you? Well, since you suggested it. Belgi annoyed, fine. Yay, says Phineas. The next day, in a secret room in the school, is Ferb and his friends. Okay. Ferb calls upon. Yes, Belgi? Belgi reveals. Phineas has figured out that you're keeping secrets from him, but doesn't know what it is yet. Ferb tells, thank you for the heads up and for keeping my secret last summer, says Ferb. Belgi admits, I mean, if Phineas found out he's the reason you hide your talkativeness around him, it wouldn't be good. I'm just abbreviating that because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Okay. I wrote this a year ago. Anyway, on with the story now. Wait, how'd you find out about Phineas's suspicions? Says Ferb. Baljeet admits, he wanted me to spy on you for him. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Ferb knowingly. If we don't say anything, he'll know we're lying. So let's make up a cover story to tell him. We'll work together to figure it out. 5 minutes later, they figured out their cover story. 1 hour later. Baljeet says, I just realized, what if Phineas asks to meet the mystery person involved in the secret? Ferb acknowledges, good point. Any volunteers? The mystery person raises her hand. I'll do it, says the mystery person. Ferb ensuring, are you sure? Mystery girl says honestly, certain. Ferb happily says, great. Note to self, create the mystery character. I do. I don't know if it's in part 1 or part 2. But you will see a drawing of that, of the character I'm creating. A couple days later, Phineas says, request, Baljeet, can I talk to you alone for a minute? And that is it for part 1. So, don't read ahead. If you've already done that, sorry. But let's not read ahead here. That is part 1. So, hope you enjoyed. This video, or this story, takes me around 25 minutes to read. So I'm breaking it up into 2 parts. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this part. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.